In this video we are going to talk about top 10 best super luxury cars 2022. So, if you like the idea of being chauffeured around like Lord Sugar in a car special enough to make you feel 10 feet tall, and you can afford the very best life, here's what your driver should be ordering. Best super luxury cars currently on sale. 1. Rolls-Royce Phantom. The grandest and greatest luxury conveyance in motordom was replaced by Rolls-Royce in 2017 and given a glittering 5-star road test welcome by our road testers shortly thereafter. Owners will love it at least as much for the extravagant statement of wealth and status it endows and for the unmatched sense of occasion you enjoy when traveling in one. But, while many won't ever know as much, the latest Phantom is also an utter joy and a rare pleasure to drive. Even though it's a near 3-ton love song to splendid isolation, this car will accelerate from 0 to 100 miles per hour and from 30 to 70 miles per hour through the gears quicker than the last Ford Focus RS. The integrity of its engineering is simply breathtaking. 2. Rolls-Royce Ghost. Now in its second generation, the Phantom's understudy has evolved substantially. Where the Ghost mechanical underpinnings were once adapted from those of the BMW 7 Series, it now shares the same architecture of luxury platform as the Cullinan and Phantom. There are also innovations such as Rolls-Royce's mass dampers for the front suspension, and an active anti-roll bar for the rear axle, both of which help bring ride quality closer than ever to that of the Phantom. However, while the Phantom is very much a car in which to be driven, the Ghost was intended as a car for the well-heeled driver, and its dynamic character reflects that. Slighter, tauter riding and more agile than the Phantom, partly by virtue of its more compact proportions. It lends itself more readily to the cut and thrust of daily motoring on traffic-clogged UK roads than its bigger brother. It's a neoclassical fortress on wheels, but a usable one. 3. Bentley Flying Spur. Bentley's 4-door Continental Series limousine started off its modern life as the Continental Flying Spur in 2006. Only dropping the nomenclative prefix that links it with Cruise Current 2-door GT with its biggest model overhaul yet in 2014. Cruise Junior Saloon also benefits dramatically from a new platform, which was co-developed with Porsche and uses 4-wheel steering and active anti-roll bars. It also better insulates the fantastically opulent cabin from the road, and provides the basis for genuinely good driving dynamics. Grip, balance and steering are all noticeable improved. Versions of the Spur equipped with Bentley's lighter, more freely revving V8 and a 6-cylinder Flying Soar hybrid powertrain are also offered. Never before has the Spur felt so complete, then, and so able to execute the role of supersonic, luxury driver's car. And much of that is still down to the cabin. Even though it's Bentley's entry-level limousine, the Flying Spur offers an interior of genuinely luxurious ambience and feel, kitted out as it is with soft, beautifully stitched leathers, authentic, natural veneers, and eye-catching and tactile metal brightwork. 4. Mercedes-Maybach S-Class. The richest and most special car in what might be the most universally respected and admired limousine range in the world. The Mercedes-Maybach S-Class is the modern standard-bearer for Daimler's Maybach super luxury brand. To judge by appearances, you'd say it was the ultra-rare, Simon Cowell spec, Maybach only 57 and 62 limousines were at the same time consigned to history. And so the fact that this car is only an S-Class may be at once its biggest strength and its key vulnerability. The flagship S650 Model 603 bhp twin-turbocharged petrol V12. Though the UK will also get the 496 bhp 4.0-litre V8 S580, is barely audible, and its dedication to comfort and good manners is outstanding. At 18 centimeters longer than even the long wheelbase version of the standard S-Class, you can guarantee that even the longest-legged passengers will have space aplenty. 5. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. There is certainly as much to like about life on board this car as there might be to dislike about either the idea or the appearance of it. This is a true Rolls-Royce, and among its dynamic strengths are outstanding mechanical refinement, unimpeachable ride comfort and excellent drivability. Height adjustable air suspension and BMW-derived four-wheel drive gives the Cullinan all the off-road capability that many owners are likely to require, and while towing capacity is currently capped at 2.6 tons. It's due to increase to a more fulsome 3.5 tons before long, which is probably enough for a speedboat considerably more expensive than the car. 6. Bentley Bentayga. The Bentayga has had an eventful passage through the Autocar road test evaluation process. Then, in 2018, amid the spreading toxicity surround diesel engines, Bentley removed the Bentayga diesel from sale in Europe, and with it removed from view what we consider the definitive version of the car. A V8 petrol model augmented the model range in the same year, while a plug-in hybrid arrived in 2019. There is now also the Speed, a 626 bhp, 182,000 pounds P into excess, before the entire range was given an update for 2020. It isn't quite as comfortable riding or isolating as the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, offering instead a slightly more sporting driving experience that comes at the expense of that final shade of ride comfort. But a shade is all the Bentayga gives up, an occasional suggestion of head toss and the merest fidget of fussiness over certain lumps and bumps at speed. Even as a luxury car regular, there's every chance that you simply wouldn't know what you were missing. 7. BMW iX. All-electric super luxury cars, with the performance, refinement and versatility to really command the road, have been slow to emerge, but the BMW iX is the closest thing we've seen to one so far. The exterior design of this full-size SUV is divisive, and to some it may not count as desirable at all. This car has environmentally friendly olive-tanned leather, lightweight electrically excited motors which have no need of heavy magnets, and the metals for its drive battery are sourced responsibly from North Africa and Australia. It's available in several versions, the middle-sitting 9x-Drive 50 version of which has more than 500 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and advertised range in excess of 300 miles. And then there's the headline M60 version with its 600 electric horses to call on. If you're ready to electrify the status symbol on your gravel drive, this is, right now, the way to do it. 8. Range Rover SV Autobiography. The top-rung, long-wheelbase Range Rover has come a long way as a luxury car since the Genesis days of the famous SUV upon which it's based. The modern SV Autobiography, hand-finished as it is by Land Rover at its special operations base near Coventry, is a car that's now fully 5.2 meters long and 2.6 tons in weight at its heaviest. The interior materials are more tactile and expensive than those of the standard Range Rover, too. 9. Alpina B7. If it is exclusivity you crave, do not be fooled by the BMW badge on the long bonnet of the Alpina B7. Of all the supremely special and rare cars on this list, perhaps only the Mercedes Maybach is as unlikely to hove into your view on public roads, and the typical B7 price tag of close to £200,000 after options reflects that. As ever with Alpina, there are two sides its version of a series production BMW model. On paper, figures of 600 bhp and 590 pounds-foot from the twin turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 suggest the B7 functions as an out-and-out alternative to the M7 BMW won't build. In terms of performance, perhaps this is the case. The B7 benefits from considerable modifications to both its powertrain and suspension in order to make it not only faster than any other 7 Series, but also better handling. It is an exceptionally well-rounded machine, and only Bentley's Continental Flying Spur gets the better of it in this respect. 10. Rolls-Royce Spectre. The Rolls-Royce Spectre is a full-size battery electric luxury car manufactured by Rolls-Royce Motor Cars. The first deliveries of the car will arrive in Q4 2023. It will be Rolls-Royce's first EV and will ride on the same platform as the Phantom and Cullinan. 2. The Spectre's design is very similar to today's Rolls-Royce Wraith Coupe, also having the suicide doors similar to the Wraiths. The earliest prototype showed a drag coefficient of just 0.26, making it the most aerodynamic Rolls-Royce ever created. The drag coefficient is expected to improve during the product's testing protocols undertaken in 2022. The new Spirit of Ecstasy stands 82.73 mm tall, compared to her predecessor's 100.01 mm. This brings her much closer to the original drawings made in the early years of the 20th century. This iteration of the Spirit of Ecstasy will appear on all future models succeeding Spectre. Thanks for watching.